Fellas, AC here. Autumn is upon us, and as I do at the start of every season, I pick 10 fragrances which I think are going to be fantastic for that particular season. So this time I picked, to the best of my knowledge, one of the best men's fragrances you could wear in autumn. So let's start. Now, how do I pick fragrances for autumn? Autumn is a kind of a season which I quite like because the nature literally is orange in color. So I quite like wearing fragrances that have warmth, that are dry, woody. So my favorite notes in autumn would be woody notes, sandalwood, oud, cedar. I quite like wearing light leather fragrances, and I also like wearing fragrances with note of tobacco and fruity fragrances. So not as in fruity fresh, but resinous fruits. So let's start, fellas. What I've done is I've divided the whole group of fragrances. I picked 10 and I've divided them into day, versatile and night. So let's start with the first day fragrance. So first one on my list, fellas, Geo F. Tramper's Sandalwood Cologne. I have reviewed this in detail, but if you're looking for something which is refined, which is distinguished, which is gentlemanly, this is a fabulous choice. Yeah, Sandalwood Cologne by Geo F. Tramper. This is based on sandalwood, as the name suggests, and myriad other notes like lavender, some spices. It gives off a very refined and reserved sort of a viewpoint. So slightly mature scent. So if you like Chanel's Egoist, and if you like Féminine du Bois by Serge Lutens, this is basically an amalgamation of those two scents. Both are centered around woods. So beautiful, very refined, distinguished sandalwood fragrance. Sandalwood Cologne, it's cologne only in name. This has got superb performance and ideal choice for daytime autumn wear. I can easily wear this on a suit. So this is quite classy. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, again, is a sandalwood fragrance, but sandalwood plays a secondary role. It is Guerlain Heritage Eau de Parfum. When I do a list, Guerlain has to feature. This one is a slightly challenging fragrance and it may not appeal to everybody, so I suggest that you sample it, especially the Eau de Parfum. So what does it have? Here sandalwood plays a secondary role. There's a prominent patchouli here, there's a prominent amber, and there's a prominent sage. The sage comes off smelling a little bit too spicy. This is where Lige was born. Yeah? This fragrance has about 25 notes. It's a highly complex fragrance. It has many notes, and I think one of the Rouge parfums also emulates or copies this fragrance. It's a highly complex fragrance, but at the heart of this fragrance is woods, yeah, sandalwood. Beautiful. But I suggest you sample this because this has slightly challenging note of sage or slightly challenging execution of sage. I love to wear this fragrance because I don't care about that challenging note. I have gotten used to it, and this is one of the most complex day autumn fragrances I can recommend. One of the most complex. Beautiful. Again, very reserved, very distinguished, very stylish, rooted, yeah, earthy kind of a scent. This has got earthy qualities. So that's second on my list, second day fragrance. Third day fragrance is again slightly mature scent, and it is Ami Vetiver by Hermes. Now, wow, Bellamy is known as one of the most successful, most distinguished, if you like, men's fragrances, as you all know. And Bellamy in itself uses a note of vetiver. Here, the vetiver has been amped up. And what I also get is a very prominent note of resins, fruity resins, which I love to wear in autumn. Come autumn, I absolutely adore wearing this fragrance. The leather in this one is absolutely brilliantly executed leather, quite easy to wear in autumn. Sometimes autumn days are hot. I have no problems wearing this during daytime. On a warm autumn's day, beautiful. Daytime, absolutely stunning, guys. Vetiver in this one has been executed beautifully. It's a modern scent, but I think it leans slightly mature. So 25, 30 plus, I would say. Do sample it, but I think you will like it. It's beautiful. It's really done beautifully. So that was my third on my list. Fourth on my list is again a woody incense. Now incense is another note that works beautifully in autumn, provided it's not heavy. This one is heavy incense. It is Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. This is a cheapie, guys. Doesn't cost a lot of money, but this is not a cheap fragrance. This is quite a complex fragrance. Oh my word. This is serious incense, as in a church incense, and it uses deep sandalwood, not the creamy, floral, woody sandalwood. This is deep sandalwood. My word, this is a beautiful fragrance, and I can't believe it costs so little, you know, as compared to all these three. This is the cheapest one. Perfect for day, autumn, casual or formal. This is not very formal, but you can make it go along in a casual, smart casual sort of an environment. I really endorse this heavily. Again, slightly mature, 25, 30 plus, I would say. So these are my day scents. Now let's go to some versatile fragrances. Fragrances that you can wear day or night. Now this one is ageless and it is a 10 out of 10. Eau Sauvage by Dior, Parfum. The whole community goes gaga over this. Man, this is a barber's shop fragrance which has been modernized, brought into the 21st century, and the execution is such that one sniff and you will know that you just can't live without this fragrance if you're a connoisseur. If you're a collector, you will not be able to live without this fragrance. Although this has been reformulated, sadly, I do not know whether the new reformulation is bad or as good as this one. This is a vintage bottle. I think this is a 2013 bottle. My word, this is just barbershop fragrance taken to another level. If you thought barbershop fragrances were mature, boring, just get a sniff of this. It'll change your opinion. One of the finest. I rank this 10 out of 10. Yeah? Wow, man. Eau Sauvage Parfum. Unbeatable. Now comes another fragrance which is exactly what an autumn scent should be. It has got a light tobacco, dry, fine tobacco, but doesn't have the note of tobacco. Tabac Rouge by Phaedon. Yeah? I think this fragrance is one of the most finest tobacco-based fragrances money can buy. It uses notes of benzoin, so it's slightly powdery. So if you don't like powdery scents, do sample this. But I think if I was to recommend some young chap a fragrance that he can wear to formal as well as date events, so very versatile, I'd recommend this. It's a very fine rendition of the Tobacco Vanille line. Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford is a very heavy scent and doesn't have that prominent tobacco which I really like. This one is like a very modern, slick version of Tobacco Vanille. And to be honest, that Tobacco Vanille comparison finishes after it reaches its midlife. Yeah? In its dry down, it diverges and goes in a different path. And that different path is a very stylish path. One of the most stylish tobacco-based fragrances. Fantastic, really. Not cheap, but well worth a sample. Phaedon's Tabac Rouge. Highly recommended for autumn. Highly. It's really beautiful. Now let's talk about another versatile scent, which I think you can wear day or evening, provided it is a bit overcast. You want a little bit of overcastiness. Yeah. It is Amouage's Epic Man. This is a heavy scent, but it doesn't remain heavy after you've first sprayed it. There are so many notes in this fragrance, it's not even worthwhile going into details. All I'll say is this fragrance is epic. Yeah? The name couldn't be better. It really fits the fragrance, guys. But you have to be really dressed up to wear this fragrance. You know, this autumn, I've got 3 black tie events planned. I'll wear this one to one of those. This also has a body odor type smell because of use of cumin, I believe, or cumin. But it's a very tangy, incensey, woody scent which just blows my mind. It's absolute poetry in a bottle. It's literally a poetry in a bottle. So I would wear this when I want to convey an impression of distinguished exclusivity. These sort of fragrances don't come about often, and when you wear them and people smell you, you give the impression of, being slightly exclusive, or your taste slightly exclusive. Beautiful. Black tie events, very formal evening events. I can also wear this during daytime, provided it's overcast and slightly cold. So, it starts to get very cold by November. That's when I'll wear this daytime, no problems. But I never spray this on my shirt. Okay, let's talk about a few evening time date scents. One coming up has got tremendous X factor. It's again by Guerlain. It is IDEAL, and this is Eau de Parfum. I have reviewed this in detail. Boys, if you're into dating game, you need to have a bottle of this. This is a 50 ml bottle, doesn't cost a lot of money. It does cost a little bit of money, but it's not that expensive as an Amouage. But once you get it, you will know why I'm recommending this so highly. If you're in the dating game, this is indispensable. It uses a beautiful execution of vanilla. It has a very beautiful woody base, which is deep. It has cherry, one of the finest executions of cherry. Cherry, vanilla, wow, man. And then it brings in a bitter almond note. It's fantastic. I did a very detailed review of this fragrance about 1.5 years ago. Check it out. If you're in the dating game, if you're going on an evening date in autumn, this will really serve you very well. IDEAL Eau de Parfum. Well, we've done 8. Now let's talk about going out, clubbing, right? So, the next one is a flanker to a very popular clubbing scent. Pure, wow. Pure Havane. Man, what do I say about this fragrance? I like all the flankers, bar 1 or 2. The new ones, I really don't like them. But the old flankers, I love them all. And they have all been created with one purpose in mind, to make you stand out when you go out clubbing. Pure Havane is no different. This uses cherry tobacco, but that's not the only story. I'll do a full review very soon. But it's very attractive, strong, very fantastically projecting fragrance. It brings in people, it draws in people. It's very attractive, very stylish, right? Ideal for people who plan to go out a lot. I'm sure you've heard about this. I'm sure you own this. If you already haven't sampled it, I suggest you do. If you're in the clubbing game or even dating game, this is quite a beautiful option to have. So that was number 9. Final option. Final option is a fragrance which has been sadly discontinued. But if you look for it, you will find it. It's again a Dior. And it's Dior Fahrenheit Absolute. Now this fragrance has got so much X factor. It really, Dior Fahrenheit, it has a DNA which most people know. This takes that DNA and puts in a smashing twist. And I'll only be able to experience it, explain it to you if I take a lot of time. So I won't take too much time, but I'll tell you one thing. Take Fahrenheit DNA and put in a lot of X factor. What is born is Fahrenheit Absolute. Indispensable for people who are in the dating game, who are in the clubbing game, because this is not only stylish, it's very modern. It's got a lot of X factor, and God knows why Dior discontinued it. It's a fantastic, fantastic flanker to original masterpiece Fahrenheit. But I'll tell you what, find this. You will really enjoy it. So fellas, I hope you like the list. Let me know what your rotation for autumn will be. Take care. Bye-bye.